JonnyPink, I was told earlier today that I look tired. Something about those of you that have pets will know this sound of a dog puking at 3:30 in the morning and trying to get something underneath before they do. Those of you that don't, well, you probably have kids and you're familiar with that crying sound. Either way, I'm tired. This video actually started out a little bit differently than what I had planned, where it ended up. James and I was so excited. It was windy. James and I were going out hiking, and I really just wanted to shoot some hawks with the Canon R5. I love this camera. But with wildlife, it's sometimes you get some great stuff, sometimes you're really fortunate, and other times, well, it's kind of a crapshoot and you get absolutely nothing, and that is okay. So as I'm waiting for James and Susan to show up, I was looking up in the tree, and there were a couple of hawks that were just kind of sitting there. I thought, man, this is going to be a great day. And we started walking, and then we saw a hawk that was just sitting in a bush. So the first one, this one right here, it's obscured by the bushes. So I moved over and got a couple of great shots with, at least I think there are a couple of good shots of the eyeball. And that is, of course, with the Canon R5. I'm using the 500mm f4 lens. It's adapted to the Canon R5 since it's an EF lens. And I'm using the 1.4 teleconverter on there to give me that extra reach, to give me 700mm of reach. Saw a small bird, not many things. It was a fantastic hike, and it was fun carrying all that gear, but it wasn't the hawks that I was looking for. So later that afternoon, I went out, of course, to shoot some macro using my new flash that I love so much, and there's a link to that video over here. Doing some macro, went out to the Orcutt Ranch. These are a few of my favorite photos from that late afternoon, and you really don't have to go first thing in the morning, although the insects and stuff are probably moving a little less quickly. But check these out. These are my favorites from the day. As far as macro, man, I've noticed I love the 90D for wildlife photography, and I was happy with what I was getting with the 90D for macro, but as soon as I started shooting with the R5 for macro, the clarity of that camera is just off the charts. It is so spot on with everything, and I'm using the lower end 100mm f2.8 macro lens from Canon. It's adapted onto the R5, and I'm using a Canon 25mm extension tube so I can get in a little bit closer and fill my frame up. Now for most of these, if you look at something like this photo here, it's huge, but if I crop in, I still have depth. I still have detail, and I think it's beautiful. So I'm just having so much fun with macro. Let me show you a couple more. Now, this little spider here, it was hanging out underneath an eave, and it's all covered in spider webs. It's just fun. My favorite really are the jumping spiders, like this one that's sitting here in this rose. I think they're awesome. And you really just kind of have to look around and see if something's moving. You see a little tiny black dot, and you focus in on it. Out of all the photos that I shot, the one I showed you earlier, I was so excited when I got home and I looked at it. Those are aphids. I'm going to show it to you again. These are aphids and I'm guessing these are eggs that they're looking at. There were no ants around there harvesting them or helping them out, but they're aphids, and they're really, really cool. I've said in other videos, my favorite thing to shoot, aside from dragonflies or dragoonflies, is the bees. Man, bees are awesome. And I like these little itty bitty, I mean, they're really, really little. They look like ants with wings. And all these little creatures, I want more clarity. I want more depth. So that is my next goal, is to get really, really good at shooting these things in depth and detail so that I have the kind of clarity that I want. This fly, if anybody knows what this is, please let me know in the description down below or in the comments down below. It looks like a pseudo bee. It looks like a fly. It's really small. It's about half the size of a bee. They're cool. And I think the closest I've come to the bee shot, I really want a straight on bee looking right at me so I can see its mouth parts down below. And I'm working for that. It just gives me something to work for. A few more photos. And once again, man, if you made it this far, give it a thumbs up, please. And if you think it's dumb, then just give it a thumbs down. You can leave me nasty comments too, and I'm okay with that. Do I look tired? Yeah. This will wake you up in the middle of the night. It's a cool visual, isn't it? I'm going to show you the dog that was making that sound. He's a really cute little dog. He's old. His tooth is hanging out over here. He can't move his back legs anymore. Anyway, JonnyPink saying thank you. You guys have my wife's dog, by the way. You guys have started out as my daughter's dog. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic day, whatever it is you're going to do out there. JonnyPink, wearing purple with orangish behind me. I just like playing with the colors. JonnyPink, you guys have a fantastic day out there. I'll see you out on the road or probably in a bush with a camera. I'm just so hooked on macro. James, thank you for getting me into this rabbit hole too. Of course, I've gotten you into some rabbit holes too. We'll see you guys. Have a great day. Thanks, man. Oh yeah, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up. We'll see you.